Welcome back, everybody.
Got Ben Rudnick.
And old Douglas Mercado over here.
Douglas, hello, boys. I just wanted to say hi to everybody, Ben. My arm.
We lost Jonathan, but we got something better. We got another Mercado in the house. Douglas is going to be here helping us out on the Facebook Live. He'll be on the phones later on today, too.
You got to move my arm, though.
No, we're not going to do that. Just get in here. We're getting this thing out of here. Stupid idea. What are we doing here?
And make it a little entertaining here, you know? What's up, guys? So, Ben Rudnick, Jonathan Mercado.
There we go. We're much better. I like this much better.
I'm gonna freaking. I should have put some high temp freaking adhesive on Douglas to hold him down.
Hairspray.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, guys? So let's get to some. Whoa, hold on. What are we calling it today? I'm all over the place.
I still like Land of a Thousand Brands. It's like Minnesota Land of a Thousand Lakes. It's like Land of a Thousand Brands today. You'll find out why.
We'll roll with it.
We're gonna roll with that one.
We're gonna roll with that. So let's start off with some house cleaning stuff. We still have the promo going on right now for the SiriusXM. Can you even see the SiriusXM? Yeah. Okay, good. The SiriusXM buy 5 and get 1 free. Congratulations to the winner of the Pedal to the Melodies. That's sponsored by SiriusXM. That was an awesome event. Awesome giveaway. Wow.
You'll get it back. Don't worry.
All right, there we go. I'm back. Congratulations to the winners. It was a great competition. Go Fast is doing a lot of these types of competitions. Obviously, to give back to you guys, to the shops that you guys have been loyal to us. So being loyal to us is a trade-off to us giving something away for you as a thank you. So thank you very much to everybody who is honestly, I can say a loyal Go Fast customer. And, we really appreciate it. There will be more of these types of giveaways to follow. We're working up one right now, so you might get more details in the next live video.
Yeah, there's always going to be something. And one thing I do want to say as well, though, with that promo, so we did see a nice bump, so that was awesome. You always love to see more business going when we run promos, when we contests. But just because the contest is over, don't stop that momentum. Keep going. I'm sure there's a lot of guys that installed a lot more tuners, made a lot more money off tuners than they did previous to that contest. Again, the numbers show it. The numbers support it. Keep rolling. That should be going all the way through. I mean, it should be going all year round, but we're heading into the holiday season, so you should still be ramping up on those. Take advantage of that promo still. Don't do it just because of the contest. Do it because it makes you more money. It makes your customers happier. And it keeps you in business, keeps those lights on.
A smart business person and also company would think, how can I make more money? Well, attachments, let me tell you, attachments, SiriusXM, everything you see on the drawer, everything on the table, everything that we've spoken about over the last few 297,000 episodes we've had. It's really to better yourselves as business owners and as company people in general. Always think outside the box. Always try to find something that is going to make you an extra buck. Because let me tell you, it's getting harder and harder these days to make an extra buck. So be proactive. Make sure you think about how to make that money. Because I know I'm always thinking about how to make that money. And I'm pretty sure Ben, on his to-do list of the 3,000 other things he's got going on at home, inventory at home for food, he's got a to-do list also how to make more money.
Yeah, there is. And again, it should be on accessories, attaching, things like that. And take advantage of it when you got promos. Again, you should be attaching regardless to whether there's a promo or not. But when you got a promo to help support it, help make a little bit more money, make it easier for you, definitely jump on those. But it doesn't have to be on accessories. We got promos on other stuff too. Kenwood JVC radios. We got some deep discounts on those. You're going to have to talk to us on the old phones to get the prices on that kind of stuff. Not all of it's advertised.
Too low to list.
Not all
Literally.
Advertised, but it is all on sale. You could check gofst.com as well, and you could see some of that stuff on there.
Hey, let me put a note out there. Guys, we've been doing promos every day. We throw out a blip on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook following us, you can follow Ben. You can follow me, Jonathan Mercado. All the guys on Go Fast, we are on Facebook. There is a dealer page, a private dealer page that only exclusive dealers are allowed in. So if you buy from Go Fast, make sure you look for the dealer page because I post up all the time our daily deals. And it's some really, really hot deals. So make sure it's Go fast, so go fast together, and then solutions is separated, dealer page. Make sure you get into that, because we're constantly posting up information about products, updates, software updates, specials, daily deals. We got things going on throughout the whole day, competitions, giveaways. So if you're not a part of that group, you're missing out, because you're not going to be able to see what is on promo for that day. A lot of these are just like pop-up sales. So it's literally 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a sale going on for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you will miss that sale if you don't join the group. So make sure you're part of the group. Like Ben and I have said, always think of ways to make more money. So these sales go on. Sometimes they're below our cost. Sometimes they're just trying to help you guys out as dealers to make more money. So make sure you take advantage of it, because they're awesome sales.
Yeah, make sure you get on both those pages. You want to be on our public page as well. It's where you're going to see a lot of communications, a lot of cool stuff's going to be on there. But you'll notice in the lives on the public pages, we don't talk a lot of pricing. We don't get into real specifics when it comes to that kind of stuff, because we can't put that kind of information out there.
It's public.
That's not public information. But on the dealer page, you're going to see a lot more in-depth information. Things will be a little bit more specific with the promos and things like that. So if you're already part of the public page, awesome. Thank you so much. But make sure you're part of that dealer page too. That's where you're going to get the real nitty-gritty. You're going to see the stuff that the general public cannot see.
And I just want to stress it. It's only for dealers. So guys, we've tried to make it for the dealers, so dealers are informed. So if you're a end user, sorry, you're going to be declined.
By approval only.
Yeah, so please make sure you answer the questions. It's very easy. It's going to ask you 1 to 2 questions. What store you're from, and are you a customer of ours? That's it. So make sure you answer those questions, and we'll get you in as quickly as possible.
Yep. So again, you want to make sure you're staying on top of those promos. Alpine also went on it. We got some promos on the ILX W650.
You kind of skipped over something.
Did I?
Mobile ES.
Oh, well, no. The Mobile ES promos are done.
I understand.
But Sony retail promos are going on.
So GS and regular line guys, they've got a promo going on with those, right now. So make sure, if you don't know about them, get in to know about them. Call your sales rep. We'll discuss what lines they are. But GS has been on fire. I've sold quite a few of the GS products, so has Ben, and a lot of great feedback back on them. Now,
yeah, I was gonna say, so we got GS. All right, we got GS, ES, regular Sony stuff. So we got Sony, we got Kenwood JVC, we got Alpine on promo. So we got lots of radios. Getting ready for that season. How many days now? I don't even know if I should be asking this, but you know what's coming up. Don't even do it to them.
72 days, I want to say.
But we got something that's going to be coming up. We got some holiday time coming where these radios are going to be flying again. Again, we maybe see a little bit of lull when you're doing all those starters for November, but then once Black Friday hits, once the holidays hit, it's back to audio and starters. You're balancing everything all over again. So make sure to take advantage of the promos while we got them. This is a great time to do that. You could also get a little bit of learning on too with Alpine though, because Alpine has a webinar coming up. So you're going to be buying some product. Why not know about it? And why not know about some new stuff that's going to be coming out? So that's going to be going, and I'm going to look at the notes on this one, unless you got something to throw in on this.
Yeah, I'm going to say, hey guys, if you're an Alpine approved SRP account or Alpine dealer, if you're interested in purchasing Alpine, that webinar is very, very informative. It's one of the best webinars I honestly can say out there. They go deep. I mean, deep in the meat and potatoes of the whole line. Like, they just don't talk about, this is an amp kit or this is a radio. No, they go into the meat and potatoes of the line. So the webinar is really, really good. Sony ES does another great webinar, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, Alpine, we forgot to talk about the 2 great offers.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, and we did just mention it real quick. We can't tell you about what exactly those offers are on the ILX W650s. Again, maybe if you're on the dealer page, you might know about them. Maybe if you talk to us, you'd know about them, but not on the public. No, I'm not going to do it. But there is 2 to choose from. So make sure when you're ordering that, ask your sales rep, see which one's going to be better for you. Want to give you a little bit of options there to choose from, different ways to make some money. But that webinar, again, going to be coming up next week. So we've got a week, but much like what Alpine likes to do, you got to register up for this so you can get the link in there. They want to know who's going to be on these again, because these aren't for everybody. These are for dealers. These are for approved dealers. So go ahead and register up for that. You got 2 to choose from, or 2 days to choose from. Either the 17th of next week, you got 2 classes on that, one at noon, one at 3. And then on the 18th as well, if you can't do something during the day, you got to do after hours. You're going to do one at 6 o'clock on the 18th. But again, they're always awesome webinars. Again, thank you so much to Alpine for putting these things on, but also thank you for putting on very informative ones as well, stuff that keeps you entertained. And you can be at home at 6 o'clock, like Jonathan and I, maybe enjoying an adult beverage while you're watching it as well.
Correct. Their webinar's titled this time, New Product and Selling Strategies, and it's hosted by Greg Thomas, Steve Bowen, and Mike Anderson. So, guys, if you know these guys, they really put their heart into this training. Some of you guys need training on new products like the Optum 8, and Optum 6 coming out, and selling strategies. Selling strategies is always a big topic for a lot of shops.
I like that one.
How to sell product, what makes this product different than that product, etc. What are the key features of this product versus that product? The only way you'll know is by joining in on these trainings, these webinars, even those stuff that we do, the lives. We talk about a lot of information on a lot of these lives. We try to help you guys out with some strategies to help your business, to help you grow. So, we're doing a little bit of everything right now for you guys. So don't take these webinars, these lives as, they're just, sitting there and they're just talking about one product, this, that, and that. No, we talk about a little bit about everything. We put our personal opinions, because that's what it is an opinion, but we put our personal opinions on a lot of it because we really feel, Ben and I and the rest of the Go Fast guys feel strong about all your businesses. We want to see you guys grow. So you guys grow, guess what? It trickles down like
yeah, we can't grow if you guys don't grow.
Exactly. So you grow, we grow. And, we consider you guys partners, and we hope that you guys consider us partners.
Yeah, so make sure you're showing your respect and your love for the vendors that go out and help you out. So attend these webinars. Be attentive on them. So, make sure you're participating, get some feedback going. Any questions that you guys have, it's just going to help out everybody else in the call. But make sure you're attending those things and attending things like the Winter Summit. Mobile Expo 2024 is going to be coming up. Any of those kind of things. Take those opportunities, better yourself. We always talk about continued education. Again, Alpine's bringing it right to your door. Go Fast brings it right into your area, live, so that you can go without having to travel or get on a plane in most cases. So tons of different things out there going on all year. Keep your ear to the tracks and make sure you're attending.
And also, let's talk about, I'm going to kind of segue into the next thing we're going to talk about. But one company does trainings all the time also. And that one company is Metra. They try to show you about new products they have coming out. And let me tell you, they have a ton of products. There is not one person in this live right now that knows every product that Metra carries. I guarantee.
I think Metra has more catalogs than some companies have products.
Correct. Like, they're in so many different categories. They're in Jeep categories. They're in amp categories, install categories, they're in processor categories, backup camera categories, lighting categories.
Everything.
They hit every single one of the categories. The only business that they're not in is amp and speakers, but they cover everything else. If you are an installer and you're not using Metra products, meaning their crimp caps, their tapes, their zip ties, their diodes.
If you don't think you're using them, you are using them.
Make sure and if you're not, call your sales rep. You'll be surprised on what they do. Tessa tape. They do Tessa tape. They do it all. So there's a one-stop shop for all your accessory needs. They will always have it in stock. And if they don't, they get it back very, very quickly. Their hot sellers have been always in stock, should I say. So Metra is one of the leaders when it comes to installation products, guys. So if you, once again, you're not using Metra, make sure you are, because especially they make something that a lot of companies don't make. For instance, they came out with the Jeep JL, and this is for JL and JT rear speaker brackets. Everybody knows Gladiators and Jeep Wranglers, the newer ones from 2018 and up, have stupid, don't know why.
4-inch.
Chrysler did it, like Ben said, 4-inch speakers. Well, Metra has your fix for that, so you can add a 6.5-inch speaker in the front and in the rear. They also make, and this is kind of cool too to say, they also make adapters for the new Broncos.
Yep.
Broncos are on fire, guys. I'm seeing more and more Broncos out there being hooked up. They're the new Wranglers, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They are honestly new Wranglers. There's more and more are out there being hooked up. They came out with a Bronco Raptor or something like that with like 700 horsepower in a freaking Bronco. So
There'll be one of those in the parking lot here at some point.
Maybe.
In
You never know.
Soon. Yeah,
You
that's
never know.
usually how that goes.
So you never know. But you know, might trade my F-150 for one of those bad boys. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, they make it for Broncos. They make Bronco lighting. They make Jeep headlight replacements. They make underglow lighting for Jeeps. They make the rear brake light and the spare tire for both Jeeps and Broncos. They make custom fitted dash kits. Everybody knows, you know, G35s. Back in the day, we couldn't change the radios on those things. Metra made a kit to make it change on both the newer G35s and the older G35s. We go to, we're losing.
And while Jonathan's picking up the little mess over there, that's on a lot of different vehicles. A lot of vehicles now, very, very difficult to integrate. They do heater controls. They've got a navigation screen that does a whole bunch of other stuff, and you got to integrate this, that. It's not the old pop in the two Ford radio keys, pull it out, clip a harness, and shove a radio back in there. that don't always be the way anymore.
No.
So again, Metra's going to have a ton of different options out there for you. A lot of people turn away those vehicles, unfortunately, when you're looking. You know, you do a quick pop in, you're like, I don't know about this thing. You turn it away. They're not inexpensive. They are costly, some of these kits, to be able to integrate. But you know what that means? Higher ticket.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be going in there, and the customer's not going to be able to go down the street and get another solution. So make sure you're getting those guys on the books.
Not only that, it's you know, these higher ticket vehicles also, you got to think about, this Infiniti G35 is not a $20 dash kit. This Infiniti G35, the guys that are coming to your shops with these cars, they know that they're going to spend money. If they want to put an aftermarket radio, it's going to cost some money. So obviously the dash kit's not $1 or $2. It's in the higher price range. You can always attach a higher price range radio because it's already being attached to the dash kit. So higher ticket on radios, higher ticket on install accessories. Metra also makes dash kits for Harleys. For all you Harley guys, this is a dash kit for 2014 and up Street Glide. They also make a doubled-in version of this. They have they're one of a few companies that really figured out how to integrate the steering wheel controls on there, put the doubled-in radio on there, make it all work seamlessly without having to jump over hoops and put resistors.
And actually, one thing, and you guys may have seen this if you didn't, check your email, but you just pointed out two different things. You want to throw a doubled-in radio into a Harley. Well, if you're going 14 and up, pretty easy. You go in 13 and older, a little more difficult, but you could do it. Check your email. There's a solution in there. Yeah. Oh, and if you got to retain steering wheel controls on that thing too, as Jonathan said, check out that ad. There's a couple things in there for you.
Correct. They figured out how to literally convert. They have two kits actually, the Batwing and I forgot what the other one was called. It's almost like it's a trifold, like you could put your armrest on it. But they have two kits for 13 and down, which convert that over to doubled-in. So now, guys, you wanting a doubled-in radio in there, Metra has you outfitted. Metra also came out a few weeks ago with a new processor. This processor is pretty cool. If you're trying to add a subwoofer or even a 4-channel amp to a vehicle that's been very, very difficult, Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, Dodge Ram, Jeep Wrangler,
the list
goes on and on. You need resistors. They came out with an actual piece that comes with a bass knob. You can add a subwoofer in it. It does have load generators built in. So for those vehicles that require load generators to not trip either a warning, or B, not make the system go funky, because let me tell you, don't use load generators on a Chrysler vehicle. It's going funky. They make a piece now which allows you to put your high level input for 4-channel amps, so you do have to Y split it, but they also make a dedicated sub portion, and it comes with a bass knob. So this is a new piece from Metra. Check us out, AXBX LOC 2-Pro. We do have these in stock. Obviously, you see me holding one up, but these pieces are on fire. If you want to get one to test it out, give your sales rep a call. That way you can add, Beamers, another issue, Beamers and Mercedes. Those use volts out of their speaker leads. So it's not watts, it's volts. This will be a simple integration with those vehicles. So you won't keep popping line out converters like a lot of you guys have done and call me and go, how come I keep popping line out converters with this BMW that's in my bay? Well, Mr. Customer, you got to use this particular piece in order to make that work. It's not just as easy as line out converter and subwoofer and you're done. No, you need an actual processor to process the signal and convert it over so that the subwoofer and the amplifier understand and know how to read it.
Factory integration has just become so much more difficult, you know, so you have to really know. Again, we take those calls all the time. Hey, what do I need for XYZ vehicle? Used to be pretty easy. You know, you go back 2015 and older, it was like, I only need to know. You could be, like Jonathan would say, you could be a one-trick pony with a lot of the solutions. Nowadays, you really got to know what you're going to need for each individual vehicle. And Metra does a really, really great job of giving you all those levels as well. So, and I think we got one out here, but they do entry-level line-out converters. I think we might have one over. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, for all you guys that still use line-out converters, they make it.
So you got that, 94 Honda Accord that comes in. You don't really need to do too much in terms of processing with those old babies. Bam, you got something there. You've got another, again, analog piece, but that starts to incorporate some of the newer vehicles, load generators, things like that. And they have digital solutions as well. So DSP integration with T-harnesses for a lot of people. So not just when you're replacing radios, when you're trying to retain stuff or integrate factory, man, Metra's got you covered across the board.
So like Ben was saying, they do have you covered. I was going to lead into, they do make line-out converters for standard vehicles. This is 150 watts, so if it's a factory amplified system, you're not going to see more than 100 watts or, from a factory system. This will work in order for you to integrate in an amplifier or, a subwoofer into the factory system. But this, like I was explaining, this is not the way to use on a BMW Mercedes. Yeah. This is the way to use on a BMW Mercedes. So if you're using these, chuck it. Use this.
Yeah, always going to be a safe bet. It's something that I think a lot of people should be utilizing more. Even if it's in a car that doesn't necessarily need it, it gives you a little bit more control over sound. It gives you a little bit nicer look in a vehicle. Plus, it also just gets you in the mode of utilizing some of these new pieces. I think a lot of guys get stuck in that analog option. And again, we take these calls and I hear what people are using on some of these cars. And I say, actually, I think that vehicle might need load generators. And I always hear this, what's a load generator? And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Or what's a DSP?
Yeah, so get used to using those things, even if it's not 100% necessary. It's kind of like, again, and this is could be a touchy subject, but like a T-harness on a remote starter. We got a lot of people that say it's not necessary. Well, it's good to know that it's there. It's good to know how they work, and it's good to utilize those systems, expand your knowledge base. Same thing. Make sure you know every single way to integrate at this point in time. Don't be stuck in the 90s.
So it's funny that you say that, don't be stuck in the 90s. I'm still stuck in the 90s, unfortunately. I still own a car that's 94. But that car, would be a typical, it has steering wheel controls, so I would need an AXSWC. 99.9% of vehicles these days from 2008 to today, 2022, 2023, 2024, because the 24s are rolling out also, because I keep forgetting we're in October, require a steering wheel control. Metra has you covered, guys. Metra makes a universal steering wheel control that works with every brand radio and pretty much almost every vehicle. If you're not familiar if it works on the vehicle or not, go to metraonline.com or accessinterface.com. Pick the vehicle, and it'll tell you if they have software solutions for that vehicle with your steering wheel control. A lot of people, don't realize that there are certain vehicles that unfortunately you can't retain steering wheel controls. I've gotten into a handful, but Metra has a solution for it. They have also, like Ben was saying, DSPs. Half of you guys are asking, or maybe, maybe not half, because obviously there's been a lot of trainings on DSPs lately, but are asking, what is a DSP? I get a lot of phone calls from a lot of shops that go, oh, you got that crossover and EQ. No, Mr. Customer, crossover and EQs are 1990s. We're in 2023. That's almost 30 years ago. This is what you need to be using, a DSP. Metra makes a pretty cool DSP. They do have, like Ben stated earlier, T harnesses for this DSP. So you can literally just plug and play into newer vehicles to get this DSP working. Now, Mr. Customer installs this. You install this, okay? You don't want your customer to go in and mess with the settings of the audio like a lot of the customers do. They go in back of the vehicle.
Flathead screwdriver out there. You see it in the center console. You're like, I know what you're gonna do with that thing as soon as you leave my shop.
Yep. The Metra has actually allows you to lock the DSP, so the customer can't go in there with the Bluetooth and start messing around with all the settings of the audio to get to their, even though you have used an oscilloscope and have used the actual, oh my God, I can't think of
With the audio to the DMRTA?
an RTA to actually, why couldn't I think of that?
It's okay.
That's terrible. It's too early. I need my coffee. RTA to tune the vehicle to perfection. They think that they're gonna get a little better sound out of it. Yeah, they go messing with this. You don't want that. They'll blow things up. Make sure you lock your DSPs and your settings so that way the customer doesn't mess around with it. Also, another hint that I got for you guys. Go on Amazon, go on eBay, go on Temu, go on wherever you're buying your tchotchke stuff, I should say. They sell these little void stickers, all right? Take that little void sticker, put your initial line, especially on an amp, on the settings. Put your initials in back of the, between the settings, the gain and all that stuff, and take that void sticker and slap it on the gains so that the customer can't, access it. If they access it, it'll leave behind a void residue. When the minute you see that, if I see that, I'm like, no, Mr. Customer, you mess with the settings, I can't help you. You blew everything up. You ended up blowing your speakers, your subwoofer. You fried your amplifier. You should have kept it the way it was. Oh, I was trying to get better sound. Mr. Customer, we optimize your sound system to the maximum capability of what the system can do to sound the best it can. Also, make sure that after every sale, if you have a factory radio, even an aftermarket radio, you find a peak of distortion. If the radio goes up to 40, your peak of distortion is 75% of the volume. That's why they tell you turn the amplifier 3/4 of the way and work your way down, because that's the peak of distortion from anything. Set your amplifier gains, check what the gains are, and then tell Mr. Customer, it goes up to 50, your maximum will be 75%, which 75% is 42 volume. Don't go past 42, because all you're going to do is create distortion, and it's creating heat, and it's going to blow everything up. Make sure you advise your customers on that. It'll help you out in the long run so that they don't blow things up. It'll help us out in the long run, because you'll be calling every day, hey, this guy blew this subwoofer again. Hey, this guy blew this interior speaker again. I don't know about you, but these door panels are not easy to take off these days, especially on newer vehicles. So try to avoid that as much as you can. So they also make, what is this that you put on here? Oh, there you go.
More interfacing.
Yeah.
More factory interfacing.
Camera interfacing. So a lot of newer vehicles, believe it or not, are not coming with backup cameras. I don't know why, but they're not.
Nice screen, though.
Yeah, nice, humongous screen. Dodge Rams, freaking Jeep. What else? The Fords are not coming with backup cameras. You got this, they come out with the smaller screen, the 4.2 or the 8-inch screen, and they don't have backup cameras. Well, Metra has you covered. They have a lot of interfacing for a lot of vehicles so that you can add a front camera and a rear camera, and even triggered cameras, meaning that you can put cameras on the mirrors and get triggered by the signal lights. You can find information on this on metraonline.com or accessinterface.com. Pull up the vehicle, and it'll tell you if they can integrate an aftermarket
Yeah, and this is where their brands start to jive again. I'm going to go real quick before you get in. I'm going to just fire off all these brands that they got. Amotenna, Access, Ballistic, Daytona Lights, Heiss, I-Beam, Install Bay, Metra Marine, Metra Power Sports, Raptor, Saddle Tramp, Shurkin, T-Spec, and Tsunami. Got to take a breath now. But a lot of these brands go and actually work together. So again, when you grab an Access piece to integrate, now you're going to be able to add cameras in. Well, what better brand to get some cameras than Metra I-Beam? So they're going to have tailgate cameras for that Ford that's on there.
One of the few, too, should I add.
Yeah, so again, that's a very good point. A lot of those are coming harder and harder to find. But a lot of these brands, even though they're different brands, you can check them out on different Metra websites, all jive together and all work together.
So, like Ben was saying, they make all these brands. I can quickly run down these brands. Ammunition antennas for trucks, etc. Access, obviously, you're seeing. Ballistics. For the guys that don't know about sound deadening, Metra is in the sound deadening game, guys. They literally are. They have kits
Bigger
from
kits than this, too. That's all we could fit. There's a lot.
Door kit, trunk
a lot of
kits,
stuff.
full kits. So make sure you're getting your sound deadening from them. Daytona lights. So they have their headlights in both Daytona and Heiss. If you're looking for some relatively inexpensive, and I'm not going to say cheap because they're not really cheaply made, but relatively inexpensive LED lights that work, give Metra a try.
I mean, these are the Daytonas.
Those are the Daytonas.
I'll go over a couple of the other ones.
Yeah, you got the Heiss ones. So make sure you try them. I-Beam is your backup camera, your monitors, your handle cameras. Install Bay, obviously, for all you guys that don't know, Metra does sell tape, crimp caps, butt connectors, adhesive spray for carpet, primary wire.
Keep it going.
Speaker wire, power cable, ground cable.
Another catalog you could go ahead while you're using the restroom, take it in there. You can
Spade connectors, crimp caps.
It'll keep going.
Yeah, they sell solder. So for all you guys that like to solder everything, they sell solder. We have it in stock, as you can see. Metra has everybody loves
tape. It's ring terminals. You'll need those
ring
too.
terminals. Tape. So Metra sells the economy tape, which is their Temflex 3M Temflex tape. That's the #1 seller when it comes to tape. I love the tape. I'm a tape snob. I really am. The stuff, it holds. It works in very cold temperatures, and also, is at an affordable rate. Now, if you want the best of the best, if you're like a Ben Rudnick and you still drive this 92 Acura TSX and everything's held down by the best tape possible you can find, Metra sells
3M Super 33.
Super 33. Now the cool thing about Super 33 is I've seen this tape be, it's very sticky even at like negative 20-degree temperature. So for the guys that are in bays that are cold because, you're trying to save up on heat, or you're just being cheap like me and haven't turned on the heat because it's getting cold out there, boys and girls.
Every single one of us has been there at some, even if you're not there right now, every single one of us has been there. You know for sure. You don't even need to be told. I'm very, very passionate about
How
that.
cold is your house set to?
Yeah, because there's not a lot of heat that goes on in this family here. So we are a Super 33 family. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
So what did you tell me last time? You have your heat set to like 55 degrees or something like that in the winter?
It depends. If the cost of natural gas keeps going up, it's gonna be negative. I'm gonna just turn it down. It's gonna be like an AC.
So
Get
guys,
some money back from natural gas company.
so for all you guys that are in Ben's house and are trying to install those remote starters, Super 33 is definitely a go-to. They sell different series of amp kits. I'm pulling these out. Maybe you want to hold that one up. They go from good, better, best. And, you've got the V6 series, V8 series, V10 series, V12 series, V16 series. Usually the V10 series is your 100% copper amp kits. Metra has also a Raptor series where it's the R2, R3, R4 in amp kits. R2 is your CCA wire. R4 is your
R5 is the OFC.
Yeah, it's the OFC, but R4 is your actual gauged CCA. Holds a little bit more power, multi-stranded CCA, but your R5 is your 100% copper. We do carry Tsunami. Tsunami's no longer their entry-level line.
No, it's say Tsunami making a comeback again. I'm
Yeah.
a old Circuit City guy, old Circuit City head. We had some Tsunami stuff. I saw some Tsunami stuff coming back in. I'm like, blast from the past. So we've got some of this stuff in here, but they're revamping that line. That's going to be something that's going to be coming back out.
Yeah, so Tsunami's no longer going to be their entry-level line. It's going to be their top-tier line, the best of the best. They're going to have some, like, they will not have. They have some insane copper wire with multi-stranded twisted pair RCAs, gorgeous looking RCAs with nice tight sheeting around it. Guys, definitely take a look at Tsunami. We still have some of Tsunami's old school specials.
One other thing with Tsunami, the revamping, it's going to be a brick and mortar line as well. So it's not going to be something that you're going to be worried about online sales. Again, hopefully that's not the case, but 2023, 2024, everybody's got a phone, everybody's shopping everything. So this will be a brick and mortar line, which is really, really awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of the companies out here that you're looking at and seeing, they're becoming, brick and mortar lines. They see that online is getting out of control. Now, if you see it online, it is at retail pricing. So that means whether you buy it through a retailer or you buy it online, it's going to be at the same price. I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person I like to touch, feel, see, know what is going on with the product. So if I can buy it at the same price as I can online, guys, it's a win-win for you. They also make a lot, and I mean a ton of factory replacement harnesses, especially for data modules. So Fords, Chryslers, GMs, Bose. Make sure you're asking your customer the simple question when they come in with a GM in your front of your shop. Does it have Bose? OnStar? Nah. No, 99.9999999% of people don't have OnStar activated in their GMs, but they can have a possibility of having Bose or non-Bose. So that should be your question. Usually with their modules, if the vehicle has amplified, their modules will work with OnStar and no OnStar. So you're covered on that end. But the most important question, don't get caught with your pants down. You got the car in the bay. You didn't do your due diligence of just doing one simple thing. Opening up the door, opening up the trunk, looking at the radio, just to see if it's amplified. If it has a subwoofer in the back, it's amplified, guys. There's no factory radio that's going to power a subwoofer. So if it's got a sub, it's amplified. If it's got Bose, premium sound, if it says Infinity, JBL, any marking like that, it's amplified. Make sure you get the right harness, because like I stated earlier, it's the worst to get caught with your pants down in the bay. We're here to help you out as much as we can. We're going to ask you the basic questions. Is it amplified? Don't come to us and say, I don't know.
Just have the answer.
Yeah. Don't come, I don't know, because
if you're not going to know the part, at least have the answer to some of those questions.
Exactly. Because I'm going to come back and say, well, I don't know if I can sell you this module because you don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, too, a lot of times amplified, not amplified models use a similar factory plug. So you even take that factory radio out, you even unplug that radio, you still don't know. The time you find out is when you get everything plugged back together, you get that back in, you set it, you polished everything up, then you turn on the car, you hit the button, no sound. Oh, oops. Now you got to do all that work over again. Well, like we always we talk about all the time, we need to make profit. We need to stay profitable. You don't stay profitable by doing jobs twice.
No.
Again, radio jobs.
There is nothing worse.
Lighting jobs.
Man.
We'll talk about that, but all those things. Don't do those jobs twice.
There's nothing worse than having a customer at your shop, showroom floor, waiting for their customer. They took their day off from their 9 to 5. Who knows? They might even work third shift, graveyard shift. They just got out. They're tired as beep, and they want to get their car done. They're in your showroom floor, and you say, sorry, Mr. Customer, but we have the wrong module for your vehicle. And the customer's going to blow up on you because A, it requires them to take another day off or come back. B, they're just aggravated because they're tired. And, we're all human. I can tell you, I get frustrated sometimes. Ben gets frustrated, etc. We're all human. And there's nothing worse than going to them and because you didn't do your due diligence from the beginning, giving them the bad news. There's also modules that you can kind of not use but use. because they make a harness and you can kind of wire in a whole different thing. But that's a whole different subject. Call your sales rep about that. It's Metra makes basic harnesses that work with a lot of vehicles. That's where I'm getting at is, so for instance, like a set AXVI 6522, customer doesn't care about chime. Doesn't care about it. You can use a 70 6522. And you got your cheaper module with, instead of spending, top dollar to get a module, this customer's a price biter. He just wants radio, sound. Boom, we have you covered. Metra has you covered because they made that module. Metra also has 7-inch monitors for standalone, which come as full kits with a camera like this one for utility trucks, or they come with the standalone monitor and you can buy the utility camera separate. I'll let Ben get to the lighting because I am losing my voice right now.
Yeah, and again, go check out all these brands. There's going to be a ton of stuff. We could only bring out so much. Whenever we talk about Metra, there's almost always going to be the most product that we bring out. I was in the back earlier trying to figure out what to bring out. There's so much more that I wanted to. So make sure you go and check it out because, again, iBeam's going to have a ton of different options and solutions.
I didn't even talk about kits.
Yeah,
Sorry.
There's going to be tons of stuff. Again, we don't have to talk about everything individually out here. Most of the guys know what's going on, but it's about making sure you know the categories. Now, one huge category, and I'm going to go into a couple specifics here, is lighting. So, again, this is a category that goes on all year round. This is a 24/7, 365 category. But heading into the wintertime, we're already starting to see it now. I don't even want to say it. But 5 o'clock, 5:30 rolls around, and it's starting to get dark out.
Hey, listen, it was 42 degrees last night. Guys, 42 degrees. It's starting to get, like Ben said, and it's getting dark here in Connecticut at 5 o'clock already.
Yep. So when you're getting those calls and you're booking those starters and you're hopefully you're not getting sick of it yet, but there's gonna be a point in time when you're just gonna be like, man, if I could just do something besides a starter. Well, with Metra you can, because again, when somebody's gonna come in to get that starter done, they're gonna have the same problem that everybody has. They live in the United States, they live on Earth. It's gonna be getting darker earlier. They're gonna need to see, and you'll be able to know, did they have factory junky cheapo halogens? Did I just see that when I rolled in? When I'm in the shop and turn on the lights, I see that dim orange, yellowish, nasty color.
Or do they have a tinted front windshield that's too dark to legally see out the window, and it's so dark that you need at night?
Yeah. Did you just tint their front windshield with 0%?
Yeah. So guys, Ben's going to talk about the lighting.
So basically, now here's your opportunity to go ahead and upgrade. And Metra's going to give you multiple different options. We got 4 different options out here. So I'm gonna kind of throw these up so we can see them all at the same time. It's going to be a little difficult, but we'll spotlight each of them. So we're going to start with the Daytona series. Again, this is going to be your entry-level light bulb. Like you said, if anybody comes through the door, again, they're going to be a price biter, a little bit older vehicle, a little bit easier to integrate. This is going to be a bulb that you can get into anybody or install in almost any vehicle. Again, especially those price biters, people that need to get into a real entry-level price point. Still 6,000 lumens, so still going to be a considerable jump up from their halogens, but it's going to keep you in a price point.
Not projector friendly, guys.
Those ones in particular definitely would not recommend going to projectors.
Not for projectors.
You get somebody that wants a little bit better quality, you can go into the regular Heiss LED line. Now you're going to get the aluminum heatsink, fanless heatsink on here. One cool thing with this, it's got a little glass. It's basically a glass cylinder that goes over the bulb. They give you yellow and blue film that can go on and can tint the light slightly. So we get a lot of questions. Guys want yellow fog lights, but they want something that's going to be a higher intensity. I want a little bit of a blue, something that's going to match HID. You can put that on there. Great option for going into fog lights or high beams, low beams as well. But going to still be a little bit of a step up, still a little bit more on the entry level side.
So just to
feel free to jump in whenever you see it.
Yeah, sorry, but let me. The misconception of that is a lot of guys are like, oh, well, I want that blue. It's brighter than white. The misconception is the further you get away from white, whether it's yellow, whether it's blue, whether it's pink, whether it's purple, whatever the case is, the least light output you're going to see on the road and see, at signs and stuff. That is the reason why Metra has made these, they're very bright output, but they're natural white 5.5K. So the natural white, obviously going to brighten everything up. So just remember that, guys. The bluer doesn't mean brighter. The yellow doesn't mean brighter. It's all in just looks and taste.
Yep. So again, we're going to say that we're just going to take Daytona, again, a great option. We'll take it out of the mix. We'll just say that you want to stick all within the Heist line. Here's going to be your entry-level bulb. Again, your fog lights, your basic cars, things like that. But if you're getting some of the nicer cars and some of the newer cars, Heist got the Pro line for you as well. So this is the Mac Daddy of them right here. It's going to have a fan heat sink, ultimate heat.
Tiny. Look at that thing.
Heat dissipation. But that's, look at this. Look at the size of the bulb difference. A lot of clearance issues in tons of different vehicles. Not going to have that issue here. Comes with decoders as well. So a really nice all-in-one solution. This, in my opinion, if you're a Heist supporter, this should be your go-to. This should be what you're stocking, what you got on the shelf, and what you're pushing to every single customer.
And because of the light output on them, they work well in projector housings.
16K lumens. So again, projector friendly. Still something that we'd probably suggest using in the regular housings. That's where it's going to be optimized, but awesome. You get somebody that comes in that does have the projectors. You know it's a problem. Again, you've done 1,000 Dodge Rams. You've done some that's got projectors. You've tried other bulbs in there. Everybody says, my bulb will work in projectors and not. And you're like, man, listen, it just ain't the case. Well, Metra said we want to have something for you. Again, they're confident that this is going to work in projector bulbs. That's why I say have this be your go-to. Keep this one in stock. It's just going to save you from having to place orders. You can take those jobs in that day, especially when the starters are there. Adding on sales at the time of installation, have them in stock. But if they have a vehicle that has projector housings, they have the X series, the projector series bulbs as well. So these ones, 16K lumen output on the Pros, so phenomenal light output. You're still getting 10K output on the projector series, but designed specifically, again, to work in projector housings. You see it only has the diode, larger diode on one side instead of having it on both sides. Just got to make sure it's properly clocked in there. Again, everybody's got their process, but you keep the vehicle, put the bay door down, have the vehicle pointed in, turn the lights off in the shop, turn the headlights on. Make sure the beam pattern looks good before it gets out of there.
Rule of thumb, guys. LED lights go like this. LEDs side to side in regular halogen housing. Not like this, up and down. That's not how it works. You're good. There is no top, reflector at the top of the housing, so it's not gonna reflect out to the headlight, side to side. So it gets into the reflector on the sides and it projects. Now with projectors, it's kind of different. With projectors, it's actually a focused
both
pattern.
Sides there, only one side.
Yeah, it's a focused pattern. So the actual eyeball on the projector, and I call it eyeball, that's how I find out through customers if it's a projector or not. Because believe it or not, a lot of your customers don't know that what's a projector or what's not. Easiest way is, can you see the light bulb on the back of the housing? If the customer says no, then they have projector. If they're saying, yeah, I can see the bulb behind, on the housing, I can see where it's at, it's a halogen. Guys, the projector one is specifically developed where the pattern is beamed to the center of the bulb, and the actual projector itself outburst like I want to say like glasses. Think about glasses. You're inputting and you're outputting. So it's outputting a beam out. It's not in. It needs an input that's centered, and that's what those lights do.
Yeah, and again, just pointing out the size of these bulbs as well. Again, fitment issue is one of the biggest things that we run into when you're going in there, besides dropping the bumper sometimes or everything that goes along with that. But having the right bulb in there the first time is going to avoid having to go and duplicate jobs. It's going to get your customers the best experience, going to get them the safest experience. Again, if people are going to be asking you for lighting, it's probably because they care for their family and they want to make sure that when they're driving their cars with their family that they're going to be safe. So make sure you're offering them out the best possible scenarios, the best possible solutions. And Metra's got you covered. They got multiples there, just like they do in many a category.
So yeah, guys, we do have some nice Metra displays. It does require some buy-ins. As you can see, Ben brought out a lighting display. Make sure that you're supporting the line, and we'll support you. They make amp racks. They make wire spool racks. They make a bunch of different things that is good to display at your stores. Make sure that you get these products and easily accessible to customers. So they're walking through your store, they're grabbing the ballistic for sound deadening. Every speaker job you do, make sure you add some type of sound deadening, whether it's around the speaker and you know you got the little circle cutout you did for around the speaker. Take that and just slap it in the back of the speaker, because that all sound deadenants the doors. Cars are unfortunately getting cheaper and cheaper made. They rattle more, less metal's being made. This isn't the 1950s where everything was made out of steel and you would never hear a rattle. We're talking about 2024. Cars are getting cheaper and cheaper. The aluminum's getting cheaper and cheaper. You got companies like Ford that's making an all aluminum body, aka me. I own one, and let me tell you, it's a rattle-mobile. So what I did was I took the ballistic, which is Metra's name for the sound deadening, layer, and I actually put it in my doors, and let me tell you, the rattling's gone. And I have a crazy sound system in my truck. So make sure you're selling sound deadening with every speaker job.
Yeah, realistically, every ticket that you put out in your shop should have a Metra line item on there. You know, maybe somebody just happened to come in and they're buying bubble gum off your little stand there, or little trees. Maybe they're buying just little trees because they already came in. They got to make their car not stinky. Okay, maybe not, but I challenge you, if you're installing something, if you don't have a Metra SKU on there, double check, because realistically, you're probably just missing something. Almost every install out there requires something from Metra in some form or fashion, whether it's a shop supply, an integration piece. So challenge you, if you're putting out tickets out there that don't have a Metra line item on there, double check. Go get one on there and make yourself some more money.
And guys, I've seen on a lot of tickets these days, shop supplies at the bottom. If you're not charging for shop supplies and you're giving them away for installs, shame on you.
Don't do it.
I've seen, you know, even if it's something as small as $5 at the bottom of their seat, shop supplies.
Great tape. This is not cheap.
The crimp caps, butt connectors.
Soldering is a great way to make connections. It's not cheap. Go get some money for it. Don't give it away.
Yeah, all of that adds up, guys. So if you're not putting any of that in your tickets, shame on you, because you're just giving it away to the customer. Customers, you know, if you ever go to a car dealership, they itemize everything. If they used an ounce of fluid in your car, they're itemizing it into your bill, and they put a gallon. You know what I mean? If they take a look at your timing belt and they see that the gasket around your valve cover, they had to remove it and it's broken, or they broke it by accident, guess who's paying for that? You are. They're itemizing it into the bill. So make sure you're doing that also. And last but not least, I want to say thank you to Metra for being up. Am I holding it upside down? No, I'm not.
You got it right.
Okay. Thank you to Metra for being a platinum sponsor at our Mobile Expo 2023. We appreciate your support as always, year after year.
Yeah, whether it's the Mobile Expo, whether it's the winter show, Metra's always there. They're always supporting. Thank you so much, Metra, for being a valued partner and always being a valued partner ever since the inception.
Well, that was long-winded. I'm gonna let Bob Hernandez do some talking.
We'll leave you. We'll leave you with that interview. We'll get back on the phones. We'll let D get onto his next Facebook Live that he's got to do. Just trying to take all that time. We love you, D. We want to have you on. We're just keeping you on our show.
I'm gonna let my throat rest, because it's.
Jonathan's gonna try to get on the phones. I will be on the phones. We'll see you guys next week.
Adios.
Hernandez in the Metra booth with none other than the big dog. We got the big dog out this year. Petros, welcome to Mobile Expo 2023.
It's great to be here, Bob. It's great to be here.
Awesome. Petros, you guys got some stuff going on, I know. Tell us, what do our dealers need to know about Metra in 2023?
So besides all the other regular amazing car audio installation accessories, we're trying to brighten up everybody's lives with some chase lighting, underbody kits, wheel light kits, cubes and light bars, as well as interior strip lighting as well, bringing Hyson to the next level into the new millennium.
Well, Petros, You guys are big supporters of us. I'm amazed every week when I look at my sales numbers from my sales team and how much Metra goes out of our place. You guys are a huge part of Go Fast. Without you guys, this doesn't go on. Wanted to present you with the Platinum Sponsor Appreciation Award. Petros, thank you for your support. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Bob.
We're big fans. Thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you.